So the cultured pearling industry globally, we're talking 1959, 1960, has just entered a whole new realm. A new product has been produced in Australian waters, a product never seen before, and now it's not only being produced by Japanese technicians, but it's also being produced by the little Aussie battler Lyndon Brown and his dad Dean. They've been squirreling away for years trying to figure this out, working with nobody else but the local tribe, the Bardi Jawi mob. And so of course Lyndon realises that to produce more, he's got to start training more technicians. And so who does he look for? He looks to the people that he's surrounding him, the guys he's been rubbing shoulders with, working for years at this point in time, and the guys that he trusts the most. He starts training up Aubrey Tygan, Tom Wigan and Gordon Dixon to become round pearl technicians. And of course they did, and they would have been very good at it. And I know that he had huge esteem, particularly for Aubrey and Aubrey's focus and delicate touch and dedication, all those things that you absolutely need to do the real subtleties of culturing pearls and the grafting of tissue. And so at a point in time in the world, the IP for culturing pearls was held by a select few Japanese technicians, one white Australian guy, and 3 Aboriginal people. I mean, that's incredible when you think about it in the scheme of it. The IP, the value of the knowledge that those guys had was enormous. Of course, unrealised. Even for my family at the time, it still took decades to get anywhere. They were all living almost the traditional sense underneath paperbark huts on the beach at Cygnet Bay, never really knowing where the next feed was going to come from, or never really knowing where the next paycheck was going to come from, working together to really try and scratch out a new business, a new industry, a new opportunity for them all. And that's what it became. It became home. It became home for not just the Aboriginal people that have always been there, that came back with us, but it became home for us as well. And I think that's the strength and the beauty of the Cygnet Bay story compared to most other pearling companies, is that we didn't just send ships in and go and farm somewhere, and when it stopped working, move out and go away. We settled somewhere, and we were totally committed to the place, the destination, the landscape and the environment. So you've got this really young guy that's figured something out and he knows it's special, but they haven't made a cent. The company's broke. He signs his name up to a loan that he may never be able to pay off. And then he goes back out into the bush to have a crack. And look, I think that's probably where Cygnet Bay became really focused, and I think that's where Lyndon became really focused and realised there was more than just creating a bit of magic. They had to get the business right. When Bruce comes of age, he didn't race up. He went after school. He started studying accountancy. Fell in love with a beautiful blonde from Brookton, from the wheat belt. Together they come up and join in. Mum tells a beautiful story about the first time she drives down the little track into Cygnet Bay through the paperbarks. The sun's setting, and she can just see the flicker of the candles coming through the paperbark hut. Now, I think that was sort of love at first sight for Alison Brown and Cygnet Bay, and I think she probably enjoyed the experience more than all of them, possibly with the exception of Dean. I couldn't imagine having a better childhood than what I had anywhere in the world. I just loved every single day. But of course, certain things slipped through the gaps, and things like numeracy and literacy weren't a strong point. So look, I did my junior schooling at Cygnet Bay, and then my parents, rightly so, shipped me off to private school, for boarding school, and I'm sure they were hoping that maybe the Scotch College could teach me to read and write.